What's up, everybody? Welcome to a fresh take. So this movie I just watched. Well, not movie. It's a series actually on Netflix. Transformers: War for Cybertron Part One: Siege, and it's 6 episodes of Generation One goodness, or should I say, Transformers goodness anyway. But this I don't know where they're taking their points from because it looked like there were some of the stuff in this film or not. Why I keep saying film? Some of the stuff in this series is I saw some stuff because I used to read the IDW comic, and I saw some things from that, some things from the game that came out like almost 10 years ago. So there's a lot of good stuff in this series, and it's basically about the war that happened in Cybertron before Megatron, Optimus, the Autobots, Decepticons come to Earth. It's 6 episodes. They're around about 23 to 24 minutes a pop, so it's easy to binge through, and it's actually very good. Now it is rated Y7, so kids can watch it. It's not, you don't see like a lot of quote unquote gore, even though there are a couple of spots in the series where hands get cut off and get pulled apart, but that's, you're not seeing like mimicked blood or anything like that. It's just because they're Autobots and Decepticons, they're machines, so they die, but you get the picture. It does talk about some dark themes because it does have to deal around war. We deal with a Optimus Prime that is a very young Prime, so you're not getting the guy who shows up at the end and beats everybody down. You're getting a young Prime, so Prime takes a lot of bumps in this series. Megatron, you get to see a different side of Megatron, especially the first like 3 episodes. You kind of feel for him a little bit, and then by the end of the series you understand why certain things happen. I don't want to spoil it for anybody because this is like a very it's easy to spoil what happens in this, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone who wants to watch the series, especially since it just came out. But I think I like what they presented between Optimus and Megatron and the fight over Cybertron. The other characters that we know are there, like Starscream. He's annoying as always. RC's in there. Wheeljack, Bumblebee. Very interesting thing that happens with Bumblebee, and I'm probably going to do a spoiler-filled review at some point. But there's a very interesting thing that happens with Bumblebee that I think actually makes it understandable why him and Optimus become friends. Ultra Magnus is in it, one of my favorite Autobots. Jetfire. Like I say, there are a lot of the classic people that we know, and the whole point of the series is finding the Allspark and what do they need to do with it. So it's a very interesting dynamic when you have both of those sides gunning for the same thing, and both sides want to end the war, but for different reasons. One wants to end the war to pretty much everybody be my servants. The other one wants to end the war just because he's tired of fighting. So the way they present it, I like how they presented it. Animation looks great. It's kind of like this cell shade CG marriage that's been seen in movies like Appleseed Ex Machina. That's probably the best thing I can describe it to. But it's that kind of marriage of CG and cell shade, and I think it works best. The fights are actually done really well. The models look good. My only problem is it's not Peter Cullen and Frank Welker as Optimus and Megatron. So it kind of like just saying. I like Peter Cullen and Frank Welker. They're so iconic as Megatron and Optimus that anytime I hear somebody else try to mimic their voice, it don't work for me. If there was anything I didn't like, one, I felt it was too short. I could have dealt with another couple of episodes, honestly. While I understand what happened with a couple of the characters in the series. I kind of wish that we could have got a little bit more with a couple of the characters, because, like I said, there's some characters who die in this, and they're not afraid to show what the war was like, and characters that might not make it out. So be prepared for that. For parents, you can watch it with your kids. It's not gratuitous, I should say, in the violence department. But it does have a couple of sequences where you're like, okay, yeah, you probably might want to talk to them. You might have to answer some questions afterwards. But like I said, it's not nothing that you can't explain. It's not. It's something they can watch, in my opinion. Like I said, it is war, so you do see some after effects of like some Autobots and Decepticons dying. That happens, but it's not gratuitous, like I said before. Personally, I think everybody should watch it, especially if you're a fan of Generation 1. If you're a fan of Generation 1 and Transformers as a whole, I think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll like what they did with it. I don't see why anybody who's a fan would not like this. If you're a fan of animation in general, I think you will probably like it because the story is actually pretty good. It moves very well for a series. For part one, I actually like it. They do end it on a cliffhanger. But if you watched the 1986 movie, I think you kind of have an idea what's going to happen, the way they end the series. So leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. What you think is going to happen in part two, because it is a 3-part series. It's a trilogy. So let me know what you guys think, and what do you expect to happen in part two, and do you think we'll see any other characters show up? Just leave a comment. Let me know, and I'll see you guys on the next Fresh Take. Peace.